Around midnight, the geomagnetic storm officially struck. The first sign was the static from the battery radio that Huynh had left on in the corner of the room. The announcer's voice from the voice of Vietnam broke apart, mixed with a humming interference as though the electricity itself were being distorted. Warning of a G4 to G5 geomagnetic storm. The southern power grid. Prepare for widespread power outages. Voltage fluctuations and interruptions may occur, and then it died out completely. Nok Tu sat up at once and checked his phone. The screen was still on, the battery still full, but the mobile signal had dropped sharply, down to only 1 bar. He quickly opened a space weather tracking app. No data was still coming through the mobile network. A severe geomagnetic storm of G4-G5 intensity is in progress. Power grid fluctuations may occur. Aurora may be visible at middle latitudes. The whole group woke up. The children stirred and whimpered in their mother's arms. Nok Tu said softly but clearly, "It has arrived. We have prepared. Now all that remains is to pray and wait for the Lord to keep us." Less than 5 minutes later, the electric lights in Huynh and Thai's house, still connected to the grid because they had not cut the power, began flickering violently, flaring bright, then dimming, accompanied by low humming sound from the outlets and wires in the wall. That was the first sign of geomagnetically induced currents, GICs, massive currents induced by disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field, traveling along high-voltage lines stretching hundreds of kilometers from the major substations in Dalat or Saigon. These currents could reach hundreds of amperes, overloading transformers, costly equipment that would take months or even years to replace if damaged. Then the lights went out completely. The room fell into darkness, lit only by a few oil lamps and LED flashlights that everyone switched on immediately. The biting cold of the highlands slipped more strongly through the cracks in the walls, carrying the smell of damp earth and pine forest. Wind whistled across the corrugated metal roof, and leaves rustled outside like whispers foretelling a greater change still to come.